Hey guys, I'm back. I bet some of you are wondering whether or not the whole cult thing at my school has been sorted out, which, no. But I am looking into some alternative options for next year, so I'm feeling a bit better about things at least. But enough about that. Happy April Fool's Day, everyone. This year I've decided to go beyond just making another joke video. I've been spewing out hateful, rambly bullshit at millionaires for over a year now, and I think it's about time that someone finally reflects some of that bullshit back at me. And if I have to be the one to do it, then so be it. These are my top 5 worst videos. Let's kick it off with number 6. I suck. The Outliers. The series about the songs that no one's listening to, and, ironically, the series that no one watched, no matter how many times I plugged it. The first Outliers video was complete garbage, to be fair. 2 of the 3 songs I chose were pretentious bullshit, one of which I outright hate in retrospect, the James Bay one. I said nothing interesting in my analysis, basically making the songs sell themselves through clips. I didn't even bother to make a background for the thing, I just preemptively chroma keyed my on-screen footage and filled in the black space with a slightly zoomed-in picture of my fucking green screen. And I didn't even bother rewatching the video to see how stupid it looked. Only about a third of my fanbase at the time even watched that video, which is no surprise. I poured my heart and soul into the second one, though. I picked songs that I had a genuine passion for, songs that actually had a chance on the charts that was ripped from them. I actually went in depth about why I like the songs, instead of just kinda comparing them like last time. I even went all out on the background. The video actually took an extra half an hour to render just because of the background. I had the highest of hopes for this video. This was going to be the video that saved the series. And it got even less views. Fuck that. Let me put into perspective just how much no one cares about the Outliers. When I went on hiatus, I specifically directed people to my channel playlist if they wanted to watch any of my videos while they were still enlisted. My Mashups playlist has 1,400 views. My Billboard Rankings playlist has almost 3,000 views. My Top 10s playlist has over 10,000 views. And my Outliers playlist? 386. Yeah, this series is officially dead, not due to bad reception, but due to no reception. I'm never making another one of these again. Don't worry, though, I'll find some other ways to talk about some non-charting songs. I suck. Number 5 is the top 20 worst #1 hits of the 2000s, part 1. This video is probably the best example of how much better I've gotten at just talking over the year and a half I've been doing this shit. Now, most of my old videos suffer from awkward delivery, and by most I mean all, so normally I wouldn't single out one of my videos just for that, but this one just hits you so hard immediately with some of the scratchiest, nasally shit to ever grace the internet. And this video actually got a decent amount of exposure, so it's safe to assume that this was some people's first impression of me. By now, you've probably all seen Ben at the Sage's video ranking what he believes to be the top 20 worst #1 hits of all time. It was a great video, definitely, but I can't help but feel like it left some stones unturned. By now, you've probably all seen the TheDoubleAgent video where he ranks what he believes to be the top 20 worst #1 hits of the 2000s. It was a great video, definitely, but I feel like he could have drank some water before filming it. Not to mention awkward jump cuts galore. And nowhere is this decline more evident than in the 2000s #1 hits. A little bit of forced anger. So I guess I'm really targeting DJs when I say, what the holy hell were you guys thinking? A few really shitty jokes. This song sounds like it was written by a 15-year-old. And James Blunt has the vocals of a broken can opener. The Plain White Tees is a pretty fitting name for this band, because if I were to pick an article of clothing to describe this song, it would definitely be this. And a couple of instances of me pointing out trends that don't exist. A few decades ago, being at #1 almost used to mean something. The 2000s, on the other hand, if you're catchy, you're in. Other than the gradual shift of interest from R&B to rap, there was really no themes or patterns to be found here. No one ever seems to acknowledge that 2000, 2001, or 2002 even happened. And that's probably because there isn't really much to talk about from that small phase of radio static. All in the first 3 minutes. Also, I should talk so what in this video. That is inexcusable. Part 2 was okay, though. I suck. Number 4, Like a Crazy Kid, my Like a G6 and Crazy Kids mashup. One of the first videos on my channel, my first attempt at a mashup, and yeah, it's pretty terrible. You can tell I didn't really have my ear for timing down just yet. That's how I make these, by the way, it's all just by ear. Some elements just come in at the wrong times, and that little looped vocal thing at the end is so off that it's actually kind of painful to go back and listen through it again. I decided to squish the instrumental and vocals from both songs into one amorphous blob instead of just layering one song's acapella cleanly over the other song's instrumental like I've done with all of my other mashups since. I guess according to some people this means this is technically the only true mashup I've ever made, but that also tells me that true mashups are a terrible idea. Speaking of terrible ideas, I don't know why I thought making that whistle thing run throughout the whole first verse was a smart thing to do here. This is just a horrible mess, and I hope I'm not offending the 1 subscriber I got from this video when I say that. I suck. Number 3 is the top 10 best hit songs of 2014. The problems with this video can all be chalked up to bad taste. I know you're all probably sick of hearing me complain about this video. Hell, I even made a whole new video last December explicitly to complain about it. That December video, by the way, was supposed to be an add-on video, not a replacement video. It was supposed to be like a these were the songs that I forgot the first time around thing, but I kinda forgot to explain that in the video. Kinda ironic. But enough about my forgetfulness. Let's focus on my stupidity for a while. Just to recap, in my original Best Songs of 2014 list, I put Turned Down for What at number 10, despite how unmemorable that song really turned out to be. I put a fucking Jason Derulo song at number 9 that I didn't even really like that much, I just wanted to feel different and edgy. I put 2 fucking DJ Mustard songs on there, which are both, at best, decent in retrospect. I put Lord's worst song in the top 5 at the last minute, despite it being a massive commercial flop, all the while completely forgetting 0 to 100, Pompeii, The Man, Team, Habits, and more notably 3005 I and fucking Chandelier, all of which I loved at the time and would have happily put on my best list if A, I had actually been smart enough to write them down on some kind of document back in fall so I didn't forget about them, or B, had I not put so much weight on what felt overplayed to me at the moment. Songs were cut from this list because I loved them so much that I wore myself out on them. Meanwhile, songs made it onto this list exclusively because I had barely heard them. Do I really have to explain how dumb that is, or can I just move on? I suck. Number 2 is the top 10 worst Halloween candies. This was my first video that you know of, so you can't really blame me for my awkward delivery, dumb jokes, and forced anger. What you can blame me for, on the other hand, is... Jesus Christ, what is that thing? Oh, God. Oh, God. That is not how you wear a fedora. Well, I mean, you really shouldn't wear one at all, but if you do, you shouldn't fucking shove the front all the way down to your eyebrows, especially when your hair and face are that greasy. Why was I wearing shades? No one looks good in shades. Fucking gloves? Agents don't even wear gloves, goddammit. Here's a fun fact for you guys. When I first purchased my getup for the show, I almost bought black-laced wedding gloves. I'm not even kidding, I had them in my cart and everything. A couple quick honorable mentions go out to Ravioli Remix 1 through 3 just because they have a combined 700,000 views and I can't fucking monetize them. What is wrong with this world? And hold up, which is actually a great video. I'm just mentioning it because it's the only video on my channel that's yet to accumulate a single dislike. But that's probably going to change really soon now that I've mentioned it, except no it won't because the video is private now, so ha! I suck. And number 1 is the top 10 worst love songs of the 60s. Alright everyone, story time. This video wasn't supposed to be my 2015 Valentine's Day special. I had originally planned to release a video of the top 10 worst love songs of the 70s on Valentine's Day 2015. I had half the script written and everything, which eventually got pushed forward to February 28th due to general laziness. My plan was to release one of these top 10 worst love songs videos each year, moving forward decade by decade, eventually building up to a 2020 video, the top 10 worst love songs of the 2010s. It wasn't until about February 24th when I realized that I kinda fucked up my math a little bit. So I had to push the now cancelled Worst Love Songs of the 70s project a year forward, and I had 4 days left to scrape together some kind of Valentine's Day special, so I decided Worst Love Songs of the 60s. Makes sense, right? Yeah, and that left me about 4 days to listen and re-listen to 110 songs, pick out the 10 worst, and write something clever about each of them. But instead, I listened to each song once, and picked out a bunch of inoffensive songs that were, at worst, mediocre. A couple of them actually being classics that are genuinely timeless and amazing upon re-listen. And I had about 2 or 3 sentences worth of material for each song, which I somehow managed to stretch out into 13 minutes of forgettable rambling. Not even I remember what I fucking said about these songs. Not to mention the 2 massive editing errors I made right at the end of the video, so you can really tell I was just trying to rush this shit out at the last minute. One was an embarrassing typo, and the other I accidentally revealed my number 1 about a minute early, which I'm not even sure where I fucked that one up. Mix that in with abysmal acting, a fuck ton of awkward jump cuts, and third, obviously it has to suck. Despite the pretty strict requirements, and you have it. The worst video I've ever produced. A video so bad that the series it was supposed to jumpstart is cancelled. Straight up cancelled, it's never gonna happen. This video is so bad that it no longer exists online. I completely removed it from YouTube in a fit of rage about 3 weeks ago, and I don't regret it in the slightest. Of course, the disturbing amount of hate that the video was picking up from literal 40-year-olds was also a pressing factor, but it was mainly just that the video was fucking terrible. And that's my list. If there are any videos of mine that you can't stand, let me know in the comment section below. All of them! Hahaha, you're so fucking clever.